Today we're going to learn about how to do an E-loop increase. I just have a little swatch knitted here with worsted weight yarn on some size 9 needles. I've knitted in garter stitch so far, which means that I'm knitting on every side. And I'm going to do an increase stitch. So I'm going to add a stitch to my work on each right side row 2 stitches in. Because we're adding stitches, it's going to make our work wider. I have a little stitch marker here that I'm going to use to let me know which side is what I'm going to call the right side. Knitting, unfortunately, has a front and a back. Some stitches in crochet do not. Because I'm doing garter stitch, it actually looks the same on both sides. If I was doing stockinette stitch, which is where I knit on one side and purl on the other side, it would show, it would be pretty easy to tell what my front and back are. So I'm going to knit 2 stitches, then we're going to make that E-loop increase. So let's get started. Get my work closer to the end. I'm going to just do normal knits. Then to increase, because I've knit my 2 stitches, so this is where I want my increase to be, I'm going to take my working yarn. Notice I'm holding both of my needles with one hand. That's really helpful because this is going to dangle somewhere. So if like I have a table here, I could just rest it. Or I could hold on to it with this hand. So it's really what's more comfortable for you. It might be easier for you to see if I just let it dangle. Okay, so here's my yarn coming from the back. I'm going to make an E-loop, which just means, see how I hold my finger this way? That's kind of the easiest way for me. I'm going to flip it around so that my working yarn is in front of the yarn that's connected to my needle. Then I'm going to slide that loop onto my needle, my right needle, so that the working yarn is coming in between the last stitch I just knitted and the new loop that I made. So it's going from my work over the top of the needle and then back through between the new stitch and the old stitch. I'm going to cinch it up. Then I'm just going to continue knitting as usual. I want to show you that one more time though, so I'm going to just knock this off and do it again. Okay, so I knit my 2 stitches. I'm going to flip my yarn over so that I have the working yarn in front of the yarn that's connected to my needle. Slip it on. Once again, the important part is that it's in between the stitches that I've just knit and the new loop that I made. Cinch it up, and then I'm going to put my yarn in the back so I can continue knitting. So because I'm only doing this on the right side, it's only going to increase on one side. If it was an increase on every row, 2 stitches in, that would make it continue to expand on both sides like a triangle. And in fact, when we do a triangular or a diagonal square, that's what we'll do. On every row, we will increase after 1 stitch, and then that will make it that V shape that we need for that project. So as I get to the point where I have that stitch that I just made, if you notice it looks like the other ones, it's right here. That's the one that I cast on with my, or I added with my E-loop increase. I just need to be careful that I go ahead and enter that stitch the same way I do all of my other stitches. So from left to right, or from top to, or from bottom to top, and knit it like usual. And then when I turn it around, you can see that my work has gotten just a little bit wider. Sometimes it takes a few rows before you really notice its effects. I'm going to do it again. We're going to do another increase because now we're back to our right side. So if that's what my pattern said I needed to do, this is when it would happen. Okay, so I'm going to knit 2 stitches. Now we're going to do that increase again. So I'm going to take my yarn, flip it over so it looks like an E, which is where it gets its name, and then slide it onto my needle. Remember, it should have the working yarn coming between my knitted stitches and the new loop that I just made. If you have it the other way, you have it this way, it's going to come to the back and it's going to make a hole instead. It's going to not look right. The stitch won't be oriented correctly. So remember, we're going to flip it from the left side over to the right side towards the front. And that yarn is going to come out the front between my two stitches. And then I continue knitting. And we will look at what it looks like when I get to the end here. Okay, this is still my right side. Now I have 12 stitches. You can see that one that I just made instead of my 10 stitches. And when I knit back through, remember when we get to that stitch that we just created with our increase, it's just a little bit trickier to get into that stitch right there. But especially here in garter stitch where we knit on every row, those increases just kind of blend in. You don't even notice them. You can't tell. Some increases it's very obvious, and sometimes that's on purpose. Like if we create a yarn over increase, it puts a hole in it. And sometimes that's just a artistic choice. Sometimes we want that. But if you notice, it's very gradually going at an angle here. Because I'm only doing it on every other row, I'm only doing it as I am on the right side, that's going to make it a little bit more subtle than if I was doing it both directions. And because I'm not increasing over on this side will stay straight. So depending on what your pattern says or what you choose to do, if you're making your own freestyle pattern, you can kind of use this knowledge to your advantage. So I hope that helped you, and we will talk about some other increases along the way.